students and parents, thank you for tuning in to another video for Fat2Fit Finance, the high school series. Now, last week we talked about what's your plan after high school, and if it's not college, then make sure you have an alternative that is laid out, that you've put some actual thought into, and you have a step-by-step guide of what you need to do to achieve whatever post-high school goal you may have. Now, for a lot of you, going to college is that next step. It was the next step for me as well. So, what are we doing now? Your admission counselor is going to be your best friend. So this is your brand new best friend. I need you to get very acclimated with this person and understand they are now your lifeline, because you've probably narrowed it down to your top schools of choice. And now it's time to make the visits, maybe spend an overnight trip, and you need to make sure that you know anything you need to, and the person to help you with that is your admission counselor. I'm speaking from personal experience. I was an actual admission counselor at my alma mater. So I understand the admission process, all of the back end things, how they work, and I'm going to hopefully be able to provide you some tips on how to best engage with your admission counselor. So let's get started on those top 3 tips. So if your admission counselor is your best friend, how would you actually treat them? Well, number 1, you would give them attention. Which means whenever your admission counselor reaches out to you and they tell you they need something, whether it's documentation, whatever it may be, especially during the financial aid process, they're going to need a lot of information from you. Just provide it. That's it. Just do it. It's very simple. Provide that information, because it helps them further their process, which in turn helps you understand what's the best choice financially, perhaps if it's regarding financial aid information, for you as an individual student. Simply being, they may need any and everything from you, but just make sure you provide it, please. Number 2, you need to treat your best friend, aka your admission counselor, with honesty. When I was an admission counselor, my territory consisted of about 500 students that were interested in attending the school, or at least getting information and prospecting the school. That's a lot to maintain. That's a pretty big student portfolio to be in charge of. Which means if at any point during the process of making your college decision, you have ruled out that school, and it can be for any number of reasons. It can be for finances, it could be for academic reasons, it could be for perceived experience when you are on campus, any number of reasons why you've decided as a family, we're no longer interested in having myself, my parents, my students, whatever, you don't want to attend that school anymore, just let your counselor know. They will thank you so much, because it means they can then focus their energy and attention on students that are truly continuously interested in the school, and you will not continue to receive calls and emails from them knowing that you really don't have any interest anymore, because we are, or as when I was a counselor, we were required to keep constant contact with you to make sure that you were engaged in every part of the process. So don't be a jerk, be honest, don't sugarcoat it, be upfront, and simply let them know if you are no longer interested in their school. The third tip I'm going to give you in relation to your admission counselor, and this is a pretty big one, because if they're pretty much your new BFF, you need to have some trust in them. The college process isn't easy. It's really not. I don't care how easy you may perceive it to be. It's actually not that easy. There's a lot of information that's going to be thrown at you. Think about the number of pamphlets and media marketing tool and marketing materials you get thrown at you on a daily basis if you are a high school student. So go to them. If there's a question you don't know the answer to, chances are they can find it out for you. They also have a network of professors, professionals, assistants, students, business office, financial aid. They are your lifeline there at that school. Anything you would need, they can help provide for you. So I implore you to make sure that you trust them wholeheartedly to get you all the information that you need, because not knowing something that is extremely important, maybe it is the tipping point for you making your decision, and you don't know it, that could hurt your entire college experience. So make sure that you trust them to be your advocate in terms of what you need to know. So the 3 big tips I can give you in terms of engaging with your admission counselor, who is now your new BFF, when you are in the college process. Number 1, pay attention to them. When they ask you something, provide it. Number 2, be honest with them. If you're no longer interested in their school, that's perfectly fine. Trust me, their feelings will not be hurt. Number 3, trust them. You have questions, they have answers. Let them provide them for you. I mean, would you really string along your best friend and lie to them? I don't think so.